Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Nidhi Taneja. Here are the top news stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 11th of January. India gives $100 million in line of credit to Kenya. Death toll rises to 50 in Kabul twin blasts. And cold wave grips parts of northern India. And now for all the details. India and Kenya on Wednesday agreed to enhance bilateral cooperation and top leadership of the two countries met. This comes as Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta is on a state visit to India.
Visiting Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta called on Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in capital New Delhi. Both the leaders witnessed exchange of deals in the fields of agriculture, including line of credit agreement for $100 million to the government of Kenya for agricultural mechanization. The sides discussed on various issues of bilateral interest on trade, investment and cultural exchanges.
We want and will encourage industry and businesses in both countries to take the lead in exploiting opportunities in healthcare, tourism, information technology, agriculture, blue economy, and energy.
Kenya is seeking greater engagement with India in sectors of tourism, defense, healthcare, manufacturing and information and communication and technology.
Moving on to news from Afghanistan. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani has vowed reprisal following the deadly attack in Kabul that left at least 50 dead and over 150 wounded. The Taliban militant group has carried out twin explosions targeting lawmakers.
President Ashraf Ghani slammed the Taliban for carrying out attacks near the parliament building. A suicide bomber blew himself up first at the entrance to the parliament's offices, and then a suicide car bomber detonated his explosives. Most of the victims were parliament staffers. The Islamist militant Afghan Taliban movement immediately claimed the responsibility for the attack. It said its target had been a minibus carrying staff from the National Directorate of Security, Afghanistan's main intelligence agency. This is the latest in the series of militant attacks in Kabul targeting lawmakers and government officials in recent times. The attack underlined the security threat posed by Islamist militants fighting to topple the Afghan government and drive out foreign troops stationed there for the past 15 years.
Moving on to news from Maldives. The Maldivian police are seeking to charge former President Mohammad Nasheed over the arrest of current President Abdullah Yameen in 2010 during Nasheed's administration. Nasheed's office has issued a statement claiming that the case sent by the police for prosecution over Yameen's detention is an action of the government for its political gain and called the Prosecutor General to send the case back without prosecution. Nasheed has already been charged with terrorism and sentenced to jail for 13 years over the abduction and arbitrary detention of a judge during his administration. He is living in exile in the UK.
Yameen addressed hundreds of supporters.
This way, no, the wrong door, this way.
Meanwhile, children in Pakistan-administered Kashmir are at the receiving end of the indifferent attitude of the federal government of Islamabad. Forced into labor due to sheer poverty, the future of the children of the occupied territory is under threat.
Children in Pakistan-administered Kashmir are the victims of sheer apathy and negligence. Poverty has forced the innocent to work at construction sites, motor workshops, eateries and other petty jobs. Unchecked child labor has put the future of children at risk in the illegally occupied territory.
हमारी मजबूरी है क्योंकि हमारे घर में कोई काम करने वाला नहीं है हम इस वजह से यहाँ पर काम कर रहे हैं जो लड़के स्कूल में जाते हैं मुझे भी जाने का शौक है उससे यहाँ पर काम कर रहा हूँ मेरे पास पैसे हैं.
While the occupied territory is at the worst end, the situation in Pakistan is not much different. The country ranks number 3 in the world with the highest prevalence of child and forced labor, despite a significant decline in the number of child laborers recorded worldwide.
Cold wave conditions continue to prevail in northern parts of India. Snowfall in the upper reaches has led to a dip in the temperatures and icy winds, leading people to wrap themselves in layers of clothing.
Icy winds swept through most parts of northern India on Wednesday as cold wave conditions intensified. The cold winds coming from northwest direction have led to drop in temperatures in many North Indian cities. In national capital New Delhi, people were seen huddled around bonfires to keep themselves warm.
सूखी ठंड पड़ रही है, हवाएं भी हल्की हल्की हैं और सूखी ठंड पड़ रही है. मैं आता इधर मंगोलपुर से हूँ और रास्ते में ठिठुर गया एकदम, हाथ पैर सब काटे हो गए हैं.
People in Dharamsala in northern Himachal Pradesh province huddled together around bonfires to keep themselves warm as the hill town reeled under teeth-chattering cold.
पहाड़ों पे बर्फबारी हो रही है तो से कस्टमर बाहर नहीं निकलता, दुकानदारी में थोड़ी परेशानी हो रही है.
Meanwhile, in Himachal Pradesh, normal life continues to remain out of gear due to snowfall at higher reaches. Several parts continue to experience light snowfall during the night. The Met Office has forecast moderate spell of snowfall during the next 2 days. Snowfall in Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh provinces has a direct impact on other northern states like Punjab, Haryana, Delhi and Uttar Pradesh.
India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province is home to temperate fruits like apple. A young Kashmiri mathematician from the province is exploring the horticulture sector and its underlying problems to help the farmers produce export quality apples and yield better production.
US-trained mathematician Khurram Ahmed Mir, a native of India's Kashmir, returned home to utilize his experience and revive horticulture sector. In his interaction with farmers, he realized how the apple industry was suffering due to lack of storage facilities. Khurram then started a project with an aim to focus on the post-harvest aspect of the apple industry. Today, farmers in the valley are able to store their produce in his controlled atmosphere storage facility.
आज लस्सीपुरा में 1 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर के अंदर ऑलमोस्ट फैसिलिटीज़ हैं 50,000 मेट्रिक टन की. हमने 2200 से शुरू किया, 50,000 मेट्रिक टन की और 13 न्यू एंटरप्रेन्योर्स ने वो बनाई जो डिफरेंट सेक्टर से आए. तो हम चाहते थे कि ये कैसे इसको स्केल अप, अब ये एक सॉलिड स्ट्रॉन्ग सेक्टर बन गया है पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट का.
The latest technology introduced by Khurram has also generated employment among the youth and also resulted in better apple produce and storage for the farmers.
जो भी नई टेक्नोलॉजी है, जो साइंटिफिक ऑर्चर्ड्स बने हुए हैं, इसमें आपको एजुकेशन की ज़रूरत पड़ती है. इसीलिए जो भी नए छोटे मेरे जैसे यंग पर्सन्स हैं वो इसमें राग़िब हो जाते हैं ज़्यादा, क्योंकि उनको इसमें दिलचस्पी तभी लगती है क्योंकि नया रोज़ कुछ ना कुछ नया सीखने को मिलता है.
Khurram is also helping farmers build high quality and high yielding orchards.
Children are the future leaders. We need to teach them the knowledge and wisdom they'll need to be successful. Recently, a children festival was held in India's northeastern Nagaland province to boost their confidence and develop valuable qualities.
More than 300 children in India's northeastern Nagaland province took part in a 3-day children festival in capital Dimapur city. The festival was organized to impart teachings on moral values. The highlights of the event were praise and worship, curricular activities, face painting, games and more. The children also performed to the tunes of gospels, enjoying themselves.
I feel very happy for joining the Children's Festival. It has taught me many things. I'm being so happy to be in this. I've learned how to praise with God, how to help poor people, and how to have quiet time with God.
The children are excited. We have resource people coming in and talking to them about God. We also have a family track, so the parents are coming in and we're talking about family, we're talking about church, we're talking about fellowship, and yeah, it's been a good response.
The children were categorized into 3 groups on the basis of their age.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. India gives $100 million in line of credit to Kenya. Death toll rises to 50 in Kabul twin blasts. And cold wave grips parts of northern India. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.